Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nerd Rant. I'm Dr. Zombie, also known as Seth, with my co-host
JJ, aka Junior Wolf.
Alright, before we have to talk about anything, there was some major internet news today, and I know it's been some chaotic last few weeks, so I got some good news. Popular MMOs is 100 days sober.
Yay! Clap, clap.
No, that's there was some crazy stuff, especially with that one guy that apparently made music for Invincible. He's going through some stuff. David?
Yeah, there's been a lot going on.
He was gonna be at Fortnite. So he ain't there no more. But Popular MMOs is officially out of rehab, 100 days sober. He's looking great. He tried to make a TikTok apparently like 3 times, but they kept thinking he was fake. So they were banning him instantly. And he tried 3 or 4 times. That was funny. But he's officially doing good. I don't know, that's just like it. He's like Dan and Stampy. Like, he's of that OG era, and just seeing someone like him that's been through a lot of hardship, just doing good. We just need some good in the world, especially because this episode might not be positive. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not.
That tends to be how these things go. Our last one was a little bit more upbeat, so this one's probably going to be so negative.
Yep. Anyway, Fortnite. That's what we're talking about. Before we get into all the crap Fortnite's been pulling, I'm like, let's talk about some good stuff. Some popular MMOs. Before we also get started with the Whis coming through, and there's a skin in Fortnite now. Have you played any? Have you seen any Borderlands? I know you haven't been able to play it, but have you seen any Borderlands gameplay?
I have seen a little bit, not a ton because I don't want to spoil myself, obviously, but
Gotcha.
Honestly, it looks like the best one in the franchise so far. Just based on the trailers that I've seen and a couple clips scrolling through Twitter, like, it looks so much fun. Like, all of the stuff from the previous games, but more... How do I put this? Because I don't want to say polished, because there weren't many bugs in the old games. But it feels more...
Like, the systems are more polished. Not necessarily, like, performance, but, like, the systems are more fleshed out.
Like, the game itself is actually taking itself professionally instead of let's make a fun game. It's like, okay, let's make a game that actually deserves to be good.
I will say, from what I've seen, I've mostly heard positive feedback. Most of the negative feedback is from the CEO, who just needs to learn to keep his mouth shut.
Which guy?
The guy, like, the head of the developers that said, if your PC isn't good enough, you just don't deserve it. You just don't deserve Borderlands because, your 5090 isn't good enough.
Yeah, I don't know what side he's on.
But hey, developers, it's not the developers' fault. The developers are doing what they can, because I watched this one guy and I really like his takes, and he was saying he has like a 10-year-old like device for PC, but it's just, when it comes to optimizing, there's like 50 different things you have to optimize for, because you have to optimize for this graphics card with these 5 different CPUs. It's really hard to get every system like combination, and some work, some don't. So you have to give slack, and I'm not blaming them. I do wish they were a little bit more polished, but it's definitely the CEO.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it was polished.
It's a let them eat
plenty
cake type of thing
on consoles and stuff. Like, on consoles, I didn't hear about many problems.
The only problem with console was no FOV slider, but it is coming. They said they're working on it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're not talking about Borderlands. I just want to mention that because I know that was you, and I did see there was a skin in Fortnite for Borderlands. So I'm like, let's talk about that real quick. That's this week news. Ghost of Yotei. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. I've been loving it. I'm really excited for Ghost of Yotei. Really looking forward to actually be able to... Because right now I'm just kind of pushing through to get through the story, but there's so many things I can, like, explore and discover and rescue and all that type of stuff, and I'm going to save that for Ghost of Yotei when I have time, because I want to beat it before Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah. Oh, also, random
games
other
are
thing, because we're
good.
mentioning other games.
Yes.
I finished Assassin's Creed Shadows all the way through, and the DLC. Once again, true to Ubisoft form, the DLC was somehow better than the entire base game. And that's not to say the base game was great, because I had problems with it, but somehow the DLC managed to be better again. Like, this is such an Ubisoft problem. They always make better DLCs than games.
Well, it's because they want you to get in. They're like, well, it's gonna get better, so let me give you more money to get the better content.
Yeah.
which is so Ubisoft. Speaking of that, before we get into the Fortnite stuff, because I'm not sure how much we can actually talk for an hour, so that's also why I'm trying to kill time. Do you want to talk about your Assassin's Creed Shadows little story that we had this week with the email?
Oh. Okay. So for anyone who doesn't know, this DLC, if you pre-ordered the game, you were supposed to get it for free. And so I did a little bit of shenanigans when it came out, right? I pre-ordered the game from GameStop. I really should have pre-ordered it from Target because you would have got a steelbook with it, but I did it from GameStop for some reason. And I was like, this happens all the time. They totally have enough to like send it so that it'll be there on launch day because, you know, that's how these things go. And apparently most people got it on launch day. I did not. Mine said it was going to be here like 3 or 4 days after launch, and I had already taken the day off to play it on launch day. I think it was a day after launch because I wanted to like leave a bit of room for leniency, but I still wouldn't have had it in time, and so I was like, well, crap. So what I did is
unfortunate.
I went to GameStop and I purchased an edition from my local store, right? And I kept the receipt so that when I got the version that shipped to me, I could take that version and return it and get my money back. That way I break even and I still got to play the game on launch, right? What I forgot was that most cases when something is coming with your game, it comes as a code inside your game case, right? I kind of figured, because I know sometimes when you buy a digital product, they'll like email you the code. I kind of figured, well, since the DLC isn't out yet, maybe they'll just email me a code for it when it releases. Nope, I was wrong. It was a code in the case, and that's the edition that I returned without opening it. So I didn't get that code. So I waited all of this time only to not be able to play the DLC on the day that it came out. Now, here's where it gets a little confusing. If you thought it was confusing already, I'm sorry. This is kind of how this podcast goes. I went on the Xbox store, and it said I did not own the DLC and I would have to purchase it, right? This is like hours after it came out. It's not like there should still be any issues with the store or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, well, I should have it. I check my email. I'm like, I didn't get emailed a code. And then I look online on like Reddit and stuff, and everyone's like, yeah, you should have got a code in your case, blah, blah, blah. And then there's this one guy who said, I didn't even pre-order the game, and I was able to download it for free on the Xbox store. So I went and looked again, and I was able to download it for free without owning it on the Xbox store. I'm like, okay, I wonder if they somehow know who pre-ordered the game or whatnot, using like the
Game Pass, maybe? Like a bonus for Game Pass, maybe?
I didn't see anything about it, but it's possible. But either way, it said I owned it, and so I downloaded it, and I started playing. And then, apparently, when I emailed GameStop to be like, hey, I guess I didn't get a code in my case, haha, silly me. They were like, oh yeah, well, the code was registered to your account when you made the order, so we're just gonna send you the code here in this email, and you can redeem it. All good, we're cool. Fantastic customer service by GameStop, by the way. They did great. That was so nice.
That was really fast.
But
I mean, it was later in the day.
Yeah, and I also emailed them using Nerd Rant's email, because I guess that was the last one that I used for something, so Seth was able to see all this.
So I saw it all. But I was like, hey, I hope you enjoy your DLC.
Yeah. So I ended up with not only an edition of the DLC downloaded to my console, but also this code that gives me the DLC and a bunch of extra cosmetics. I need to check, but it might have even given me the digital version of the game as well, question mark, because it didn't say that it was just like an extension. It said it was the deluxe edition of the game. So I don't know.
Yeah, so I actually almost could have put it in too, so I might have been able to get the game for free. Now, I did not hit claim. I put it in and it showed me the digital deluxe edition, but I did not claim it because I don't have an Xbox, so it would be kind of useless. Yeah. I should, we can give it out to someone else to actually, get the game for free or something.
Yeah. But I ended up with that, and I'm happy. I played the DLC, I finished it. It was a lot of fun, but that was a lot of semantics to go through.
Well, now that we're over with that, let's get into some Fortnite news.
Yeah, so...
Is everyone good back there? I'm hearing things fall.
Yeah, Alexi's shuffling stuff around. I don't really know what she's doing.
The cat that tried to kill me.
Okay. Anyway,
Fortnite.
what do you want to start with?
So, Fortnite has been doing Fortnite-y things, as always. And let's start with Blitz. Blitz got an update. I still don't like Blitz.
Yeah, I kind of figured Blitz is not going to be your thing.
No, but I did just try a match. It's just cool that it's Marvel and it's the Stark Island, the Stark Circle, Stark Industries and stuff from Chapter 2, Season 4. So that's just cool. I'm happy that we can get collabs and stuff like that for other than Squid Games. It doesn't have to be this big, brand new thing like Squid Games, but we can get some old stuff too. Like, I would love a DC, or imagine we got some like anime stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
it's
got
entirely
Kami's
possible. Like,
house
if we
or
ever
something
got
for
like
Dragon Ball.
if we ever got a POI of anything, they could completely theme like a tiny island around that POI and just have separate stuff around it. Like it totally makes sense.
Just Gotham City.
Like that,
Gotham
that
City
is
from Season
possible.
X.
That would be awesome. Or
Oh
even,
my
like,
gosh,
all
yes.
of the Season X zones, like each one could have its own mini island.
For real though.
That'd be
so it's just cool. I still don't enjoy the mode. I really wish there was a build version, but I wanted to mention it because with all the stuff that Fortnite struggles with, they still do some positive things, and this is just a cool thing that they have on top of everything else.
And they also,
have you played Blitz
I don't
at
know
all?
if you saw, they gave away a free skin for playing the Blitz mode that had the larger teams.
6-person chaos, which is like real players only, 6 packs.
Yeah, and I wanted to call this out too because the skin they gave out was a like current season, you know, the bug alien version of the alien like believer person in Chapter 2, Season 7.
Oh, I know. Sunny. Not Sunny.
Was it Sunny? It might have been
Give me
Sunny.
a second, I'll find it. No, it wasn't Sunny. Sunny, oh, it was Sunny.
Yeah.
It was Sunny.
Yeah. But we got a bug version of her.
Hold up. How did I remember that name? let's mention that. Because that's literally like a 5-year-old skin.
Yeah, I mean...
I never used it. It
wasn't the worst
skin
skin in the world, and it was very iconic because they used it in a lot of the promotion for that season. So
Joey was the man that was also the alien girl.
Yeah,
Joey was worse, but I've still never used Sunny.
Yeah,
how did I
haven't
the
either.
Name?
But I just thought it was really cool that for the new Alien season, they brought her back and reskinned her, and on top of that, gave her away for free.
Yeah, but. That was cool. I would play it, but 6-person Blitz just sounds awful.
Yeah.
Unless you actually like have people like a Phil, 6 real I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That'd be rough.
So let's see. Hey, Steal a Brain Rot, 67,000 people, more than Reload.
Yeah, that's a thing.
How do you feel about that?
I honestly don't know.
Well, unrelated to that, with UEFN and stuff like that, did you see that, is there... Nice! I can't clay that. There's duo ranked cup going on, and I never got the umbrella.
Oof.
I didn't get the umbrella last season either. I just have not been able to play.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of UEFN, did you see that apparently by the end of the year, we will be getting the ability to buy stuff in experiences?
Yeah, that...
I don't know if that's with real money or V-Bucks.
I imagine
but that'll be an extra thing
probably
for the
V-Bucks.
creator economy.
The way it seems like it's working, especially with, and I guess this is a good way to bring this up, the V-Bucks exact amount purchasing. Like, you can purchase 2 V-Bucks or something like that. Like, you'll be able to purchase an exact amount. I think that kind of goes hand in hand with this ecosystem update, because now creators can sell things. Like, if they want to sell it for 10 V-Bucks, they can do that. And you don't have to buy 1,000 V-Bucks to get that item in the game. You can just buy 10 V-Bucks.
Get that item in the day.
I feel like it kind of makes more sense, because that's also how Robux work as well in Roblox, and I feel like they're probably going to take after that, seeing as that's one of the most successful versions of this ecosystem that's out there.
Now, the only problem I have with that exact is we'll sadly have to say goodbye to the 10 V-Bucks. Like, I have 270, because they're going to be rounding out to the nearest 50. So you won't be able to buy like exact, like you won't be able to buy 10, but you'll be able to buy up to 50, which I'm guessing will be like 40 cents.
Probably somewhere around that. I don't know. Maybe it'll be
We'll
by
have
the
to see.
dollar.
That's not out yet. That's just leaked. Yeah, I'm assuming it probably by the dollar. So 100, 200, 300. But that will be to be determined. I also wonder if there would be bonuses.
Yeah, like maybe
so if you could buy the
cheaper
exact
if you
amount,
buy like certain amounts.
Well,
Like,
you know how
you get
there's
$1
the bonuses,
off
you
if
get
you buy
9%,
1,000 as
22%
opposed to
extra.
900.
But I also wonder if you can do, so you know how they have the extra, so you get like cheaper for more V-Bucks at 90 is the most. I wonder if you can get above that. So if I order 20,000 V-Bucks, would that be cheaper? Would there be an extra discount? Like the 90 or the
I guess we'll see.
30. Is it really $37? That's so weird. I miss the old V-Buck numbers just because it was simple. It was 10, 20, 40, 100. But yeah. Anything else about that shop thing? We don't know much about it. That's coming later. The other big thing that I guess we can mention with this is Thin Client is still confirmed. We should be getting Thin Client on Android and iOS fourth quarter. So that should pretty much be by the end of the year.
Yes, and I know this is
But only
probably
on mobile.
not a super popular opinion, but I think phones are the best place to start with Thin Client, and I know a lot of people like really want it on PC so that they can download games, or even consoles with how expensive extra storage is, but I think phones make the most sense because in reality, with how phones are getting, you can't expand storage with a lot of them anymore. Like if you're buying name brand phones, they don't have a slot for expanded storage. You have to upgrade, like get the next best version of the phone in order to get more storage.
The phone.
And
or you can increase your storage, but it has to be the base phone. You don't upgrade storage. Like I can get more like a 512 on my iPhone 17 versus the 256. Yeah. That's the base phone. I don't just upgrade the storage. I upgrade the phone itself.
And like if I see that I don't have enough storage to download a game, I'm probably just going to forget about it. I'm not going to uninstall a bunch of things that I actively use to try and download the game. So it makes the most sense, I think, for them to start with mobile and move forward from there, because that allows them to actually get on people's phones. Because right now, how much was it when it was on my phone? I think it was like, it was definitely in the double digits.
I just had to delete it. It was 30. I just had to delete it because I was running out of storage. It was 30 gigabytes. And
I don't
the other
even
big
play
thing was
most of the
doing it on
modes.
mobile. Yeah. The other thing with like mobile is how many people are really playing ranked reload on mobile.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Not that you can't, right? And you can definitely connect a controller, and there's plenty of people that do that. But they have Blitz for a reason. Blitz is made for mobile. So realistically, you just need the creative and mobile. I mean,
exactly.
And Blitz for mobile. So
download
you don't
the
need
modes that you're
extra modes.
actually going to be
ain't
playing
playing
on your
Fortnite
phone.
Festival. Yeah. So that's going to be really good. I am excited, though, for console. I think that's going to be much better, especially with UEFN. Like, how will that affect UEFN? Like, can I download individual maps and just have a map saved? Like, still a brain rot because it's just right there. If I like to play that consistently, can I download that so I can instantly launch it? Can I almost launch it from my homepage on my PlayStation? That'd be great.
Cool. I don't know if you saw,
because there is some roguelikes that I saw that I want to try.
There were rumors of them possibly trying to integrate both Rocket League and Fall Guys into Fortnite's umbrella. Finally, like I know that they've kind of been doing it. Like we have Fall Guys stuff in Fortnite Creative, and you can create maps with the beans and stuff. It uses the physics, and we have the Rocket League car and stuff, and obviously Rocket Racing. But we talked about this like way back on the podcast when they had done the Fracture event about how it kind of would make sense if they stuck everything under the same umbrella of, because they're all free to play, right? And they all use very similar shop tactics. If they were to put all three kind of under the same client, it would bring traffic to all three different games. So I could very much see, because Fall Guys actually just got an update and it contains stuff, I believe it said for like the next year of content. And I don't know if it's because it usually includes more or usually not that much, but people are saying they suspect that they're either going to stop support for Fall Guys after that year, or something else significant is going to happen that would
Fall Guys
explain
2.
why this update was different than the others. And obviously, we've heard talks of Rocket League kind of importing itself into Fortnite soon with how they've been crossing over all the libraries and stuff like that. So I could see maybe for like a chapter change event, both games kind of being imported, just like we saw in Fracture, how they launched the new modes. I could see them launching the games themselves in Fortnite's umbrella soon.
Was that Fracture? I thought Fracture was the we played our mini game. Wasn't that the Big Bang 2 or something?
That was...
I think that was Big Bang 2.
That was the end of chapter 4?
4, yeah. Fracture was the Chrome. So that would be the end of chapter 3.
Because it was flipped.
So that would have been Big Bang.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So Big Bang. Yeah. That one. But yeah, that you know what I mean.
Yeah. I just didn't want to give extra credit to Fracture for doing anything good.
That's valid. I get that. Anyways, what are your thoughts on that?
It's a thing.
How would you feel if they ended up doing that?
I'm not going to play either. I don't really care. I don't play either, and I don't plan on playing either. But it's nice. The biggest thing I'm scared of is just... the other problem with that is when you put it all under here, I'm also scared if we get to a point where we have full-fledged like RPGs. Like we have some roguelike mini games like in UEFN. If we get like full polished with custom items and you could buy stuff in there and you spend $50 on this little UEFN map, that's its full polished team and everything. But when there's an update and everything has to shut down for the update for downtime, like Save the World shouldn't have to have downtime every time there's a new chapter, but there is. And so now we're unlocking it more and more. So when there's a new season or chapter, or Rocket League, Fall Guys, all these custom games, are they all going to have to go down?
I mean, all live
because
service
Fortnite
games have
itself's
downtime.
down?
Like even Roblox in some circumstances has had to have complete server downtime for certain fixes. So it's not unheard of for these things to be necessary, especially for live service. So
But if I'm not playing Fortnite BR and I want to play Rocket League, why do I have to? There's a new Fortnite season every 2 months. Why does my Rocket League have to be shut down?
I mean, I'm pretty sure
like,
Rocket League does get shut down on its season changes. So what they would probably do is just unify the season changes. I can understand creative because that's completely separate from Epic stuff.
But creative,
I could,
absolutely.
I could very much see them, though, kind of having separate servers to run creative while things are down.
That could be nice, and that could be another benefit of Thin Client, right? You would just update that specific game mode, and you'd have to download that specific game and that game mode. That's what I'm hoping for Thin Client. But until then, that's just kind of what I'm worried with everything being under here. All these games, like, hey, Fortnite's down right now, I'm gonna go play Rocket League, or I'm gonna go play Save the World, like, but everything that I play could be shut down for an hour or two. Or say that there is a problem, and now Rocket League shut down for 20 hours because the new chapter's bugged.
Here's my worry. Their servers go on fire on a random Tuesday because too many people were playing. Imagine all of these games were running off of the same servers under the same umbrella and all tried to launch seasons at the same time because they all had downtime. That would be absolutely insane, and it would probably cause a nuclear explosion. Like, let's maybe not try that on the same servers.
Yeah, so I'm definitely, like, I don't really care because I don't play for either, but, like, for those players, they should be their own separate thing, and I think Thin Client would fix that, but until then, I don't really want more stuff added to Fortnite's umbrella. Speaking of Thin Client UI, have you checked out the career tab?
I have not. What's up with the career tab?
They updated the career tab, and it looks great. You can go check out everything ranked. So ranked 0 build, ranked BR, ranked reload, 0 build ranked, like OG, including LTMs, like the getaway. You can check every season. So I can go to like ranked reload, and I can go anywhere from season 0, current season, slurp rush, and I can see all my friends. Like it's really nice. It looks a lot more polished, and they added a lot to it for stats.
That's cool.
And then career, you still go to career, and it's like the old stats, but like for specifically ranked leaderboards. So like right now, I don't I can go to ranked reload because that's what I play, and I'm 5th on my friends tab. Or I can go global and I can see everyone.
Seth, do you remember when
Actually,
this was like the biggest change we were asking for was like a better career tab? I remember at the start of the podcast, we were like, man, I really hate this career tab. This is like one of the worst things ever. Like they really just need to fix it and make it so I can actually see all my data and don't have to use an external website. And now we're like, guys, they're importing 3 different games into one server. What the heck is happening?
So, 2 things with the career tab that I'm currently looking at because I turned it off Friends in Global 1. You have the Arabic language and the names are the whole way on the right, and it's really funny. And 2, I wonder if, like, this is currently global ranked reload, right? Is this the leaderboards for the global? Like, you know how they have the website for the leaderboards?
Uh-huh.
Is that what this is?
I mean, it would make
I don't know.
sense, question mark.
I'm gonna check it out on Real Leaderboard. Talk about something Fortnite-y.
I'm excited for the Moxie skin. I'm probably gonna buy it. I think it's out tonight, actually.
It is. So that is cool. So now you don't have to go to a website anymore. You can just view it in game. I didn't even realize that. That's probably one of the biggest parts about that is you could just see it in game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But so yeah, like I said, I want to point out those like small things, but they are good changes. Like they are growing. There's just certain things that need to be looked at first, that take priority, and they don't.
Yeah.
Now what? Anything else you want to mention that you're thinking of?
Did you see Kai Cenat's skin?
Yeah. Why?
It was interesting.
I mean, Kai's great,
Mm-hmm.
but like speed. I
Yeah.
show speed.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I kind of understand him. He's pretty foul. And I know Kai is foul too, but not to the extent that Speed is. Like, they're neither of them are bad people per se. I wouldn't go that far, but like they use a lot of language and joke about some interesting topics.
JJ.
Yes.
We have Eminem.
Yes, but Eminem is also a like mainstream like singer, like a is that a pop star? What's it called? Hip hop star. Thank you, brain.
Ice Spice.
Once again, music. Like I feel like music gets a pass because 90% of music has dirty topics in it anyway.
But then that's just kind of unfair. Like Kai Cenat, like barely, like he does play, but like I Show Speed plays Fortnite. Like he's played with almost how many pros and played with Typical Gamer and Nick A30. Like if there is like a big like mainstream streamer right now that deserves it, other than like the Fortnite people, I Show Speed deserves it 10 times more than Kai Cenat.
But they also have to be really careful who they bring in, because if they bring in the wrong person, they're going to get a whole lot of hate, not only on them, but the person will also get hate because they don't think it should be in this child-friendly game, blah, blah, blah.
I still think I Show Speed deserves that. Like I've been seeing so many wholesome clips of I Show Speed and like old people going up to him. And it's like, I literally just saw a clip of, it's like, I don't know how big you are, but I see like all these security guards. How big are you? Are you bigger than Miss Rachel? I Show Speed's like, who's that? Like it was just a wholesome one. It's like, I could go tell my kids. It's actually, I have more subs than Miss Rachel. It's like, cool, I can go tell my kids I met someone famous. And I'm not saying Kai's bad by any means. It's just for, like, Kai definitely does some big games and he plays with Speed. But I just feel like specifically for Fortnite, I feel like just Speed makes more sense. But realistically, there's also like 10 other people that deserve it more. Like at this point, why don't we do like globals get a skin or something? That could be cool. Like Booga. Like global every year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or if you get a certain amount. So anyone that has 10 F and CS wins gets a skin. And like a comp skin. It doesn't necessarily have to be their face and likeness. But it could be like Clix got the Spark Plug version when he got his skin. Like, there's just things that, just, like, again, that just feel like it makes more sense than someone like Kai Cenat. And also, why does he have a car? He doesn't need a car.
Because capitalism.
Yes. We also have cardboard shoes. Because that's great.
We got a bunch of shoes today, I think.
How many shoes have you bought?
A grand total of 0.
Same. Do you know what's crazy is the fact that we're still at one pair of shoes. Like, why have we not been given a single pair of shoes from a skin, crew, battle pass? But I still have to do these mini passes, and I get freaking musical instruments.
I love how they gave us all of like the pickaxes and stuff that were instruments as instruments, and vice versa. We can use the instruments as pickaxes, but they're not going to take the literal sneakers off of my wolf skin to let me put them on anybody else.
So JJ, apparently we also have like 5 new bundles as well. For real money, we have the last Lapis Back, Batman Caped, we have the Gilded Elites, and the Shadow Rising, and the Skull Squad pack.
Bruh.
Okay. Any other skins or item shop things, or do you want to get into the Battle Pass skin that has finally dropped?
We can talk about that.
Megazord.
Yep.
I have no idea what we were talking about, but YOLO.
I have no idea either. Sorry, we had an internet problem. So,
oh, that's right. Megazord. Megazord's finally out. The bonus skin of the Battle Pass. He's a guy.
Yeah, this one's all you. I really haven't seen any Power Rangers.
I don't
so
care
I don't know
either.
Who this is.
I mean, I know Power Rangers, but it's just, you know, Mecha a little bit, right? It pretty much the idea is all the Power Rangers have their own little thing, and they all combine to the Megazord. So like, the yellow's the arm, and the red's the leg. Ultron, yeah, Voltron, all that type of stuff. It's just one of those.
Ultron is a Marvel hero, my guy. Voltron is a like 90s cartoon.
Same thing.
No, not even close.
Robot thing.
Sigh.
Anyway, yeah, nothing really special, but it's out now. I don't like how you get it. It's just levels again. No quest, no completing weeklies. Just play.
Yeah, they've definitely gotten lazy with these skins.
Well, not necessarily the skins, just the quests, like on how you get them. Do you know what it's better than, though, JJ?
The skins too, as well. Because, like, I think they have... It's like they start with a pool of collab skins. They're like, okay, we have, like, 7 skins that we can divvy up. We're gonna put 2 in the Battle Pass. We're gonna put 4 in the shop. And then we're gonna put 1 as the secret skin. Because everybody knows it's going to be a collab skin, and we're not going to put any more effort into this than it needs to be, because it's not special, it's just a skin that we had pre-prepared that we're giving to them extra.
Yeah, fair enough. Compared to the secret skins. JJ, did you ever have a secret skin?
Cube Queen.
I guess, but that's also hard because back in Chapter 1, the silhouette was just a generic default silhouette. Q Queen, on the other hand, we very much saw the actual silhouette of the skin itself. And so that wasn't as much of a secret. And because we saw her in the trailer at the beginning, I'm pretty sure, right?
Mm-hmm. No,
so
that
it wasn't
was
as much of a secret.
We only actually saw her when Fortnite itself started. So that was like halfway through the season. So we saw the silhouette, we didn't know who it was, and then when we saw the trailer, we were like, that's who the silhouette is.
Okay. But I still would prefer just to be a very generic silhouette until you actually get the skin.
I mean, what was the one before that for the Alien season? What was that one? That was the Chimera, right?
No. Chimera was just the customizable throughout the season.
He wasn't in the Battle Pass. That's right. Back then, they had a customizable that was separate from the Battle Pass.
The Superman. It was Superman.
Superman. Okay, yeah. So not secret.
That's what I mean. Like, it was collabs for most of Chapter 2. That's why it's like we didn't really have a secret skin until Cube Queen. But even then, her silhouette wasn't
Hunters
super
was Predator.
basic.
Yeah, okay. So the closest thing would have been Cube Queen, but she still wasn't exactly a secret.
Yeah. We're still in. I miss when we actually, like, had no idea.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Yep. Anyway, other along with Mega's sword, though, or Megatron, whatever it is. What is it?
Megazord.
He's in the island again. Just like Godzilla. It's awful. It's actually awful. He just scans multiple times. He's super tanky. I had one chase me. Guess what I used to get away? I don't know if you've been played in a while. Shockwave Hammer.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was back in.
Oh, and MK7.
Yeah, I used that a little bit.
Also, there's a boon that increases magazine size, so I had a 43 round MK7.
No.
Which is insane. 43 rounds is insane.
See, this is the kind of stuff that they need to do is bring back old weapons with these like extra extensions that they didn't have when they existed at first, because the amount of people that are going to come back and be like, "Oh, I love that weapon," and then play every possible way with it. That's the kind of stuff that goes viral, and that's the stuff that gets you popularity. So why in the heck are they not doing it?
Yes. Yeah. The loophole is crazy. Dululu is also really funny, annoying though about some of these boons, like the increasing magazine size. We also have the Frenzy auto shotgun back, which I don't like. Do you know what the magazine is with the boon? 10.2. Well, I don't know what 0.2 of a shotgun shell is. Now, it doesn't, when I actually have it as the magazine, doesn't say that, but I'm like, because I pick it up and it only has 8, so I have to reload it when I pick it up and it goes to 10. I'm like, I don't remember it having 10 default, and I'm looking at the stats like, why does it say 10.2? Okay, maybe it just wasn't, just bugged down and it wasn't loaded. And then I realized I had to augment because I'm like, why does my Stinger have 37 shots? Like, something's
I wonder if it's like an extra pellet in your shotgun shell or something.
Well, no, it added 2, so the default's 8, but it adds like, it must be like 20% or like 25%, but because it's, I don't know, Fortnite math. We've talked about this for years at this point. Let's stop talking about Fortnite math before my brain explodes.
Yeah.
I'm still mad about that one clip where I hit somebody for 138 with the Storm Scout exotic, and I had to do 200 damage with exotic, and I only did 20 damage, even though I hit them for 138.
Yeah.
I'm like, how?
Paper towel math.
How is that possible? Like, paper towel math. Okay, so just in case, let's go through the actual important content. So let's talk about the new mode, in case we have to end this episode early.
Yeah. What was it called?
New mode.
Dululu.
Delulu.
I almost said labubu. That's a completely different thing.
I don't know why it's called Delulu. But okay. So Delulu is this new mode that came out, and it's only for the weekend. I think it's next weekend as well. And it was available for content creators a day early. And it is 80 player, 0 build, prox chat.
For some reason, they needed a specific game mode for proximity chat.
Well, it's not that. It's the fact that you use prox chat to make a team. So you do an emote to invite them to your party, or you quit the party, and then you can find people with prox chat, and then you go through the win. Except I think it's only one person wins at the end. So then you have to leave your party and then kill them. I haven't got a win. I haven't seen proper gameplay because I try to play with a friend, and if you join with a friend, you do not automatically spawn with them. So you have to go out and find them. So I'm texting my friend on Discord, hey, I'm at Supernova Academy. Come over here, I guess.
That's
because we join together, but we don't play together. And then we're in party chat. I'm like, go to game chat because I can't hear anyone.
That's crazy.
But also the loot pool's wild. It has like the frenzy. It has balloons and pizza party and flare guns, I think I saw.
Huh. I mean, it sounds like pure chaos, but it's absolutely something that seems built for content creation and like more the memes than anything else. I do not think this is like a gameplay thing, because if this was for pure gameplay, this is a garbage idea. But for the memes and the lulz and, you know, oh my gosh, Fortnite's so funny, LOL, I could very much see this taking off for that.
Yes. So like I said, if you're playing with a friend, you don't spawn them. But say that you are solo, this is a really good solo mode. if people actually use prox chat. So, like, if you're playing with a friend and you're hopping on, go play some Reload or something. But if you are by yourself and you're on for the weekend, this is a great mode for that, to goof off. But if you're playing for the wins and you're playing, like, if you're a ranked player, this ain't for you. But for the people that...
I think it's a great idea to keep this as a weekend mode, right? Like, only allow people to play this mode on the weekends. That way, hey, when people are on, or even if they aren't on, you can hop on and you can play this chaotic game mode with people, make friends. That's when people that have headsets with mics are actually going to be using them, because for some reason during school hours nobody uses mics.
Nope.
But
it's not just school hours, just a lot of games people just don't talk.
Yeah, but like, I could see this mode being a lot more popular if it's not accessible all the time. It definitely would take off more and get a lot more traffic if people would play it on the weekend specifically.
Or even if it's only here for a few weekends, keep it permanent for content creators. The joy that I saw from all these content creators, and they're not just big ones like Cypher PK, like, just if you have a supporter creator code, you get to use it. So there's hundreds of like smaller communities that are like just joining with the 30, 40 people they have in their servers, or you have these big people like Nick-A30, and the joy, but also the difference, because when the actual game came out, just so you know, if you're 9, don't join it, because they will be sprouting profanities and slurs. It is classic. I was playing with a Purple Skull Trooper, Peely, I was Ice King, and it was some interesting things were said that I cannot relay on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's fun, though, but it's not for kids.
It's dangerous when you give everybody a microphone.
But I hope they keep that, because I really don't want them to tone it down and be like, yeah, I don't want them to pull, what was it, Roblox that said noob, and they got banned? Or something. Like, I understand, like, slurs, and maybe we could take that down a notch, but I don't want to just be like, hey, you have to watch your language, and you can't say stupid or dumb.
Yeah.
And you get, like, because in Call of Duty, if I speak something, whether in text chat or voice chat, in-game chat, Xbox will read that, and if I call somebody stupid too many times, I lose access to game chat, which is insane. So I hope we don't get too strict like that. But Call of Duty's rated M, and at least, my thing is, because Nick-A30's like, hey, keep it family friendly, I'm like, Nick-A30, shut up. Unrespectfully. But it is a rated teen game. But if Call of Duty's rated M, I don't know. But Call of Duty's also Microsoft, whereas this is Epic Games.
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens.
So I don't know.
This could lead to a lot of complications or a lot of clarity on some things. So we'll have to see how they handle it. I think they usually handle this kind of thing okay, like in terms of banning and chat stuff. They tend not to be super terrible with it as opposed to creative game moderation, but we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah. I'm scared, but I also wouldn't mind if it's just for the numbers. Same with the Darth Vader AI. And, like, Epic Games is able to take the stats from stuff like this to really improve these mechanics and do stuff with them. And give it to creative map makers and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. My other problem is it's zero build. And it's only zero build. And it's like, now the last, 4 modes we've had are zero build. And it's like, I get that zero build is slightly on the rise right now, and there's more, but if we look at the average and we look at, all the people playing, red versus blue and stuff, the build versions, there's still generally more build players than zero build players. Other than BR, almost every build version is higher. And it's just I would love to play this, because imagine I'm cranking and I'm in a build fight with somebody, and I'm just I just peek my head out the wall that I edit, and hey, you can't build for crap.
Yeah. My only thing is, I think
it'd be really fun
with that concept. When it comes to a lot of these modes, it only really goes one way. It's a one-way door. The people who play builds can play zero builds just fine, but the people who play zero builds usually can't play builds just fine. And so when they're coming out with something new, if they're actually trying to get traction with it and they want people to play it, it makes more sense to do zero builds, because both sides can play that as opposed to doing builds only one side can.
That's fair, but also, if it's also going to be just for a weekend mode, I feel like that's fine to give both. if it's a permanent mode, we don't need 50 permanent modes. But if it is just going to be for Saturday and Sunday, just give us both modes. Because that way, just for the weekend, everyone can play what they want.
Yeah.
But it's definitely interesting, and I'm intrigued to see what happens with it.
Yeah.
But is there anything else with Fortnite that you really want to talk about, or do we want to get into what's going to be coming up soon? Because we are currently near the end of September, so do you know what's around the corner?
Christmas!
I mean, yes. I do have to start getting ready for my Christmas beer orders.
Not because he drinks, guys, because he works at a beer
That's my
garden.
job. That's literally my job. It's insane. But Fortnite Mares 2025. I'm both scared and excited.
Yep.
Which is pretty normal for Fortnite nowadays.
Yeah, that checks out.
So I'm excited for two reasons. One, I still think last year was my favorite Fortnite Mares to date. And two, I saw Scooby-Doo supposed to be coming. And that gets me really excited.
Yeah, that's definitely like, okay, so mind you, I believe when we were like first becoming friends in youth group, when you weren't in like your fancy clothes, you were wearing like a Scooby-Doo t-shirt, I believe.
Oh, probably.
Like, off
I
the
think
top
I
of my
know
head,
the exact Scooby-Doo long sleeve shirt. I think I know the exact long sleeve shirt you're talking about, too.
So, like, that was, like, one of my first impressions of you was, okay, he's a Scooby-Doo fan. I, on the other hand, have never seen a full episode of Scooby-Doo in my life. I had vague interest in the Scoob movie when it came out, but then I heard that was not a good representation of the franchise, so I was like, I'm not even gonna bother. So, who knows? Maybe for this year, I'll have to, like, watch a Scooby-Doo movie or something, and then we can talk about Scooby-Doo on the podcast.
So, okay, so if you want to do Scooby-Doo, mind you, there's more than just Scooby-Doo. There's Scooby-Doo meets Kiss, where Kiss are alien beings. There's Scooby-Doo WrestleMania. There's Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers and Harlem Globetrotters. And I forget which chef, it wasn't Gordon Ramsay. I want to say, it wasn't Steph Curry, but it was something like that, which is a chef. What other collabs did they do? I mean, there's multiple Batman and Robin.
On one condition, I'm not watching Velma.
Velma doesn't count. Velma doesn't count. If you watch Velma, I'm disowning you.
But yeah, maybe we'll have to do that. Anyways, back to Fortnite.
So that's just one of those things that if we do get Scooby-Doo, that honestly gets me more, that's as excited as I would be for One Piece. Like, of my most anticipated collabs, it'd be One Piece and Scooby-Doo. I mean, I like Doctor Who, but technically we already have Doctor Who, if you remember that.
Bro, that does not count.
It's an official Doctor Who cosmetic.
Yeah, but I don't think a spray kind of fits the thing.
I mean, I don't know. I like Doctor Who too, but Scooby-Doo and One Piece, though, are my favorite IPs that could possibly come to Fortnite. So that gets me really excited. However, I'm nervous because I don't know how you feel about Chapter 6.
Mm-hmm.
I had to think for a second to make sure we're in Chapter 6. Is the fact that it started off so strong. I didn't play that much, but Chapter 6 of the Japanese theme was great. And then we went Mafia, and then we went DC and Star Wars, and now we're Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's been a weird chapter, and I know we say a lot of things about the chapters. Ever since Chapter 3, things just kind of started falling apart, but I definitely think that this time around, it's gonna be interesting to see how they try and work into Fortnite Mares. Now, I don't think it's gonna be hard by any means. The bugs are like a perfect way to work into Fortnite Mares. You know, you have your NPCs, you have your, like, one of the best Fortnite Mares back in the day that was the Cube season, right? Like, we had the zombies, we had like the bubbles of encounters. Like, that was a fantastic Fortnite Mare. It's definitely one of the best that ever happened. I can see this being similar, right? I can see a road where this turns out to be a similar kind of Fortnite Mares with how the bugs are. You know, imagine we have hives sprouting up around the map in certain areas and you have to defeat them and you get rewards, blah, blah, blah. I could see it working. However, I don't know if they can see that because it does not seem like they are on the same page as the community, especially when it comes to seasonal events. So I could also very much see this being completely ignored and we get a couple of quests that give us rewards and that's about it for the season.
Because I will say from the other things we've seen with, like, you know, horror character collabs, again, I don't know what's confirmed, what's not, just a lot of leaks and stuff. There was a skin for Carver, which was the pumpkin night thing from last year, and it's going to get a fire style. Mm-hmm. So we're, like, if we can get, like, the pumpkin stuff back, that was one of my favorite parts about last year. So I feel like they might be able to do a cool POI, especially with the bugs. Imagine we got a Halloween bug POI. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the one cabin? I think it was chapter 3, maybe chapter 4, with which when you went in, it had a little, like, boss that would pickaxe you.
Yes, I do.
Oh, like, that's what I miss, and I wish we had either little locations or proper POIs. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite I liked Fortnite Nightmares overall because I really liked the Captain America shield and Horde Rush and that vibe last year, right? Mm-hmm. But whatever it was in chapter 3. Grim Gables, I want to say, was such a good POI. Remember the slurp, like, demon thing underneath? Yeah. Not the slurp, it was the ink demon type thing, and that was the cruise skin and everything. Like, that was so good, and I really hope we can get something like that again. Yeah. Just a good POI and everything.
That would be awesome. Like, the way they constructed that, it was so interactive, too. Like, I don't think we had a POI up until that point that had so much interactivity with it. Like, just walking through the house, there were, like, I don't want to say booby traps, but, like, jump scares and stuff you could set off. There was eerie noises, special sound effects,
like, and the noises, the upside down clock and stuff like that was floating.
So many Easter eggs in that house. It was absolutely insane. Like, it was so cool. And we just never got anything like that again. And I don't know, it's nice to have something with that much detail every now and again.
So, because Fortnite Nightmares and just generally Halloween is my favorite time of year. I just love the vibes, I love fall, and I just love, like, almost every game, the collabs and just the events are so fun. Like, I like zombies, I like Horde Rush, all that kind of stuff. So, I'm really excited, but then it's just Fortnite, it's 50-50. We can either get 2025 Fortnite Nightmares and Horde Rush, or we can get 2024 Winterfest, which was the little island off the side of the map with Santa, and that was about it.
Yeah, I really hope it's a massive map takeover. Like, I honestly do. I think, and especially because this is, I'm not wrong, right? This is the last season of the chapter? No? Is this really only
We're going to
3?
Simpsons and then chapter 7.
Simpsons is the bonus. Remember, it's not the full season. It's like the in-between season.
It was the mini season, but, like, we are going to have that, but like, I also don't know if that's going to be this island or not.
So
that's to be determined.
I mean is they could absolutely decimate the map of this season. Like, they could have the bugs completely take over everything. They could imagine this. Okay, imagine this. The bases, right? The not IO bases with all the NPCs,
OXR.
Right? What if the bugs spread and it's some sort of, like, infection and it turns them into zombies, and so now we have all of these overtaken bases around the map with extra NPCs on top of the bugs, and you have to clear out those guys as well as the bugs.
Actually, it has been spreading, though. Spreading more than, I don't know if you remember, the, what was it called? Desert Sticks?
Yeah, the River Sticks. Yeah.
River Sticks. Remember that was supposed to spread?
Yeah, and it didn't.
It didn't. At least the OXR, or not the OXR, the alien stuff, it looks like it's more blue now.
Yeah. But, like, imagine if it actually did spread. They could have it overtake everything, kind of like what was happening with the Chrome in the last season of Chapter 3.
The cube.
You know, yeah.
Or the cube. Like, the orange just overtaking everything.
Imagine, like, there's a bug boss or something that goes around the map every week or so, and it spreads this bug infection throughout it, and in the end, we end up probably destroying the map. Like, that's something that they like to do.
So two things. One, before you think about this idea more, lower your expectations for your sanity. Two, it depends on if the Simpson is the Chapter 3/Springfield map, or if that is a continuation of the Chapter 6 map. So if we are having a mini season on this, they can't destroy it that much.
I think it's just going to be Springfield, to be completely honest with you.
It might be. I'm not saying it's not, but we don't know that yet. So if it is this map, they won't do that. But if they are going to do Springfield, which might be a mix of Chapter 3 or its own thing, whatever they do for that mini season, then they can absolutely destroy it. However, the only problem I have if they destroy it is that will be the 4th chapter in a... Right? No. 3rd chapter in a row where the island just disappears.
Yeah, I feel like they've done away with the whole
haven't had a
explanation
chapter
thing.
ending. Well, not just the explanation. We haven't had a chapter ending because it just randomly goes to chapter 1 and then chapter 2, and then we go to the new island. Like,
well, no, because chapter 1
island.
was a time machine, right? We got the time machine from Kato Thord. Was that chapter 1 or was that? Yeah, that was chapter 1.
That was chapter 4,
OG.
But then chapter 4 wasn't destroyed. That's what I'm saying. Chapter 4 is still there. Like, sure, we went back in time, kind of maybe alternate parallel dimension.
But we use the time machine, and then when you go back, everything's changed, right? That kind of makes sense. Like, it's a stretch, obviously, because that's not always how it works, but you can explain that one away. Whereas when it came to Remix, that made no sense whatsoever, because it just vanished.
Yeah. I don't know. The problem I have with the whole time thing is we also have parallel dimensions and, like, realities that, like, you have to have a suit. That way you don't get your brain wiped. So what does time... could that suit also protect you from the Chronos, like, effect?
I think we have to ignore... And I've really not wanted to say this, but anything that Donald Mustard came up with, I think we have to retcon. Like, if it does not...
I'd rather retcon everything afterwards, and the Fortnite lore ended with
if it has not been
resistance.
Directly stated since Mustard left at the end of Chapter 3, we have to say it is not canon anymore.
But even in Chapter 3, Paradigm's suit was not airtight. You could just see her neck. So,
it was a force field.
I don't know. Anyway, Fortnite's Fortniting.
Yep.
The only other thing I want to mention is, so again, Fortnitemares. We'll do an episode when Fortnitemares drops. We don't have any news on that yet, but it should be dropping soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're like a week out from that, like, getting announced at least. The only thing I want to mention is the Save the World update. I know I told you about this, which just really blows my mind. So pretty much what happened was Fortnite made a change and Save the World, which is, like, the most ridiculous, like, nuclear option they could have chosen. So scamming is a very, very big thing in Save the World. It's like, hey, give me this, and I'll give you this. They give you, like, one nut and bolt, and they give you all their stuff. Some crazy scams. So in order to fix that, not just on public, but including private servers where I'm just playing by myself or with my one friend that I invite, they completely disabled being able to drop stuff. You just can't drop anything. So if I'm playing over here with JJ, right, because I haven't played in a while, but I'm still much farther than JJ is, I can't give him a 130 melee weapon to make him run around, or I can't give him 400 nuts and bolts to make as much medium ammo as we want. I cannot drop you anything.
Which is sucky.
Like, they couldn't do, like, anything or just leave it. Like, you haven't done any updates for, like, Save the World properly. So instead you, like, ruin the one thing that, like, keeps the community going, which is the community interaction with the people that are already at the end. Because that's the other thing. The people that are playing are the people that are doing the 160 missions every week. Like,
yeah,
they're not... We don't have a lot of new players. It's the people that have already been playing. So let them trade stuff. It's like, hey, I rolled this really good scar with these things. I'll give you one if you can give me this trap. It's trading.
Yeah.
That's the people that actually play.
It's like, if they really wanted to make this change, it almost requires some other balancing changes that they just aren't going to make.
So just, like, either leave it alone or don't micromanage.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of how I feel. So that's some sad news, but again, I'm very much intrigued by Fortnitemares this year. We'll see how it goes. Are you intrigued? I know you haven't been playing as much, but, like, is there anything with the Halloween spirit or Fortnitemares that, like, gets you excited?
I'm just excited to see if they actually use the bugs as a theme. If they do, I think it'll probably be good, but if they choose not to, I have no idea.
And mind you, this is also the company that had the entire Avatar event and removed the entire theme of the season for Avatar.
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Zombie.
And I am Junior Wolf.
Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, join the Discord and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn coming soon.
No, we're not doing that.
We're not. Goodbye.